As crime becomes a major issue heading into November, Kevin McCarthy, who could very well be the next Speaker of the House come January, says his plan, the so-called Commitment to America, will address issues like crime and the wide-open southern border on day one. For a reaction, let's welcome in one of Lee Zeldin's colleagues in the House, Wisconsin Republican Congressman Scott Fitzgerald, back with us. Congressman, good morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Great to be with you guys again.
Good to have you back. Just quickly, your reaction to your colleague's performance last night in what's become a surprisingly close race in the state of New York.
Well, what Lee was so passionate about, I think, is what we're feeling across the nation. It doesn't matter if you're in New York or in Wisconsin. The homicide rate is way up in and around southeastern Wisconsin. We've got individual reminders like this Darrell Brooks case, which has been going on ad nauseum now for the last month and a half, with final arguments being made yesterday on 6 people murdered. And then we've got a gubernatorial race where our governor, Tony Evers, his parole board has let out some very dangerous people that have reoffended. It's not just a partisan issue. However, it seems that the Democrats simply don't understand kind of what they should be doing instead of the messaging that's out there on this.
Yeah, and things have gotten a lot worse over the last 22 months of Joe Biden. Doesn't matter if you're in Wisconsin, Washington, or where we are in New York. Darrell Brooks, by the way, that's the Christmas parade, the guy that barreled through a Christmas parade there. Joe Biden never went to visit, and he's basically representing himself, making a mockery of the courtroom. We've kept a close eye on that as well. But Congressman, crime's become a big issue to voters all over the country. If Republicans do take the House in November, in 13 days, and it looks like that's going to happen, what do you do on day one?
What I'm proposing, and I think, there's a number of other members that are talking kind of in a similar fashion about trying to come up with either incentives or deterrents to this entire cashless bail thing that's sweeping the nation as the Democrats have taken control. It's this bleeding heart kind of proposal that, it's based on race and the judicial system is unfair. But what it's doing is it's opening the cell door to all of these individuals to continue to reoffend. And we've got these very soft liberal DAs across the nation that don't get it either. So, yeah. I mean, the bill that we have now, and I think what many of my colleagues are going to be looking for, is some type of proposal to make a significant change at the federal level and work with local officials to make sure that this doesn't continue to happen.
And it starts so often with minor, sort of small-time offenses. It's so rare that somebody, commits their first crime and that crime is a homicide or a murder or something like that. Congressman, I've got to ask you, the Senate race in your state, Wisconsin, the Senate comes down to 4 states. These are the states that we've had circled on the calendar: Pennsylvania, Georgia, Nevada, Arizona. But what's happening in Wisconsin and Iowa is starting to get a lot of attention. Ron Johnson, senator from your home state, is he safe? Mandela Barnes, the Democratic opponent. How concerned are you?
Listen, we're not taking anything for granted. I know that there's been a couple of polls that have been out there that have showed that Senator Johnson has got some separation from Mandela Barnes. But, this is Wisconsin, and things are always going to come down to late in the evening on election night. So my message to everyone in the 5th Congressional and across the state as I've been driving through some of these districts is to say, don't take it for granted. Keep your foot on the gas and make sure that we close strong. And I think Ron Johnson's going to win this race, though.
Yeah, we're keeping a close eye on that. Congressman, good luck to you 13 days from today. We appreciate you being back with us. Thank you.
Thank you. Good to be with you guys again.
All right. You